want, please subscribe to my channel or leave me a like. It helps me out a lot. I don't have very many subscribers, so it's free and you'll be standing out there along with everybody else. There's a great fast section on the way up Mount Hamilton in this area, and we got in behind a blue pickup truck, and that created a little havoc. My friend is in the lead here and he manages to pass. My bad, I'm too far back and too lazy on the throttle and in the wrong gear to take advantage of the opportunity that he saw. So I have to trail along behind the pickup truck for a few minutes. However, after the pickup truck, I do pass the pickup truck later on, there's still some fast sections left, which was very gratifying. Sound of my inner alarm bell going off. I had seen that white car, I guess, out of the corner of my eye. At the time when I aborted on my pass, I wasn't even sure why I did it, but on reviewing the video later, I could clearly see that I had seen that car in advance. Mind you, you can make a very legitimate argument that people probably shouldn't be passing on a double yellow line on this road. But at times, that's what happens. In this case, the gentleman was kind enough to pull over for me up ahead. I probably missed one point a few minutes ago that I could have passed, but I just thought better of it. I can be patient when I need to be. So here we go. I'm going to try to catch up to my friend. So in addition to maybe not passing on double yellow lines, maybe people shouldn't speed either. But I don't think I'm speeding. Years ago, Mount Hamilton ride was much more difficult. A couple of things happened in the interim. One is there was a tremendous fire up here, which, while a great tragedy, you can see all the burned trees. It opened up the roadway so you could actually see ahead, and now you can actually scout out and see a lot of the hairpin turns before you get there. They used to come up as a bit of a surprise. The other difference was after the fire, I think a good bit of the pavement had been destroyed. So instead of being an extremely rough pavement, it's obviously nicely paved and nice double yellow line now as well. You still have to watch out for rocks and dirt. And although at least the top hairpin, the final hairpin, in my view, has been relaxed quite a bit. Looks like they did some road work up there. You still have to watch out for the hairpins. They are numerous and not suitable for be taken at too high a speed. You notice about this upper section on Mount Hamilton, of course, are the hairpin turns. It's famous for that. But as an experienced rider and having ridden Hamilton quite a few times, I don't actually have an exact count in my head of how many hairpins are at the top. And so traditionally, you often think there's a false summit. You think you're probably through the worst of them. And in fact, the final hairpin turn is the sharpest hairpin turn on the entire road. So you have to watch for that last hairpin. I think there are 6 or 8 of them in advance. And on an RS like I've got, if you can't bend that bike over to the right on your throttle hand, then those hairpins become very difficult. Fortunately, I learned how to do that. But I don't think I ever learned how to do it on any of my dual sport bikes, to be honest. I went around the hairpins on stilts on those bikes. The beginning of the hairpin section at the top. This is kind of a big right-hand sweeper. Notice there's some nice dirt in the corner and there's gravel scattered around in it, even though the pavement's well done and well lined. And as we head on up the mountain, we'll hit some more fast sections, but it's going to get twistier and twistier from here on out. I guess as somebody who really loves my RS, and my friend in front of me is on a GS, the RS is not, in my view, a very responsive motorcycle. It demands that the rider sort of beat it into submission, especially on a road like this. And for reasons I can't really explain, I really love that sensation of the motorcycle obeying me, but only when I'm firm with it. So that's just something kind of think about for anybody that might be thinking about getting a bike like that. It's set up a lot like a sport bike, but it's way too heavy to be a sport bike. So, but on a road like this, it's very gratifying to see the RS bend over like a puppy boy. Here's a very good example coming up. You can see in the 10 years ago, this was covered in brush, unmarked hairpin turn, covered in dirt and gravel, scarcely paved, and but now you can see it. I think that actually was the final hairpin at the top. not really that challenging anymore, but in the old days when it was covered in brush and you didn't know that that hairpin was there, it would surprise a lot of people. So what we're climbing up to is the top of Mount Hamilton, home of Lick Observatory, I think built in 1890 sometime. It was the very first mountaintop observatory built on the world, and I think it's a 120-inch reflector or something like that. So it was a breakthrough. Of course, San Jose is adjacent to it now in Silicon Valley, way too much light in the night sky to support good observations, I think. But it's quite an attraction. The buildings are beautiful, and it is still an active observatory. It doesn't mean, just because there's visible light doesn't mean there aren't a lot of other ways they use this observatory up there. It's staffed year-round. They get a lot of snow up here. It's quite interesting if you have a chance to visit, at least on the weekends when it's open. This is Lick Observatory, top of Mount Hamilton. Technical ride. Seemed easier than it used to be. Don't know why. And the people that run the observatory live and work up here. Some pretty cool buildings. And of course, as ever, triple black.